Yeah, Meera Narayan.
Uh, Namaste, Guruji. This Shraddha Bhakti Dhyanam was interpreted as Shravana Mananam Nididhyasanam, no there? Kaivalya.
Yeah, you can interpret it both ways. And Shravanam Mananam Vididhyasanam is the way I think I explained it.
Yeah,
And later on, I also added the other
yeah.
interpretation. Yeah, it's basically we are trying to summarize the whole journey in 3 words. What could be the 3 words? Well, Shravanam Mananam Vididhyasanam is one beautiful way to explain it.
So
And
Shraddha, if I was trying to understand when I was going through Shraddha, Shravanam, Bhakti, Mananam, and Dhyanam is Nididhyasana. So how is that Mananam Bhakti? Is it understanding the oneness?
yeah, it's an interpretation. It's an interpretation. And Shraddha Shravanam. Because Shravanam is not possible without Shraddha. And so Shravanam is interpreted as, Shraddha is interpreted as Shravanam. Shraddha will help me with Shravanam. So Shraddha is equal to Shravanam. And Bhakti. Bhakti. So, because Ishvara Jnanam requires Bhakti and it requires Mananam, following Shravanam. So we are just interpreting it like that. We are not saying Bhakti is equal to Mananam. Bhakti is the next step. So after Shravanam, next step is Mananam. So Mananam is equal to Bhakti. And then Nididhyasanam, Dhyanam. That's the way. It's not like a direct meaning. Bhakti means Mananam. No, that's not what we are saying.
Hmm.
We are just interpreting those 3 words as Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam because we know those words very well. Yeah.
Oh, could be also because Shraddha is Guru and Shastra Vakeshu. This thing. So you obviously have to listen. Vishwasaha it should be there. So you have to listen. That's the only way.
Yeah. Yeah, you can connect it. Like that one. Vakya. Correct. Shravanam.
So recognizing Ajnanam then obviously becomes Bhakti.
Yeah, we don't have to force an equality. I'm saying we
Oh,
don't have to struggle to come up with an equality. And we're just saying these three are this tripartite is always whenever three things are there like that, then you say Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Then you can come up with some equivalence if there is an equivalence. Because bhakti is very important. Bhakti is broad also. And to say bhakti is equal to Mananam may not be correct also.
yeah.
It's interpreted as Mananam. That's it.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Dhyanam, Nididhyasanam, we can very easily say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That we can easily say. Shraddha also you already mentioned.
Because here
In
Dhyan,
between,
you said knowledge. In the interpretation, Dhyanam as knowledge.
because I said Shraddha is Shraddha,
Hmm.
Bhakti is Bhakti. And so Dhyanam. Dhyanam, I said knowledge because without knowledge, Dhyanam is useless. Dhyanam is not possible. Or it won't be as useful. So that's why I just said knowledge.
Dhanyavad.
Yeah, good. All right, so
Namaste. Um, yeah, I take bhakti. I think somewhere you said, or maybe I heard it, Swami Tadatmana, somewhere, bhakti as karma yoga, which is very convincing to me. It helps me because the word bhakti was, I used to struggle what bhakti is. I never understood what bhakti is. When he said, or you said karma yoga, then it clicked inside. I said, yes, this I never thought that as bhakti, but now it 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 it, it is assimilated.
yeah, so Shraddha, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga makes a lot of sense for us. So Dhyanam can be Jnana Yoga because now this is a summary. But the student is anyway not going to understand it. Means in the sense it has to be unfolded. And so for us, we are better prepared to interpret this Bhakti and Dhyana. So Karma Yoga is good because there's no
But for
Karma
the
Yoga
longest
without.
time, Karma Yoga was not clear to me at all. Jaykumarji, the first time when we did home study, I had no idea. Clarity is only coming now. Karma Yoga, I get it now. I practice it now. I understand. Yeah. So Bhakti for me, yeah, it just sits well. Karma Yoga is Bhakti. One cannot practice Karma Yoga. I think it's synonymous.
Correct.
There are a lot of dharmic people who don't have Karma Yoga as they lack that.
Yeah.
And that
Karma
is
Yoga
so
is
essential. It is such a essential part of this knowledge for us, for adhikaris, to hone that. Otherwise, this knowledge is not possible. It's just an intellectual gymnastics we are doing. Without Ishvara, this knowledge doesn't work.
correct. Karma Yoga. Good. Thank you, Supna.
Anyway,
So that's another Meera. That's another thing you can say, right? Shraddha or Adhikaritvam. How about that? Shraddha can be Adhikaritvam. Okay. Then Karma Yoga. Then Jnana Yoga. That also will work.
That day, Sadatnandaji said, growing in clarity.
Growing in clarity. So you were there in the Satsang, Ramaji?
Yes.
That day you were there, I think. Yeah.
So
Right.
obviously, when Kartrutvam and Bhoktrutvam is not there, then Bhakti is obvious.
Yeah.
The humility is Bhakti. That's what I feel.
Good. Prakashji, go ahead. You are muted. We can't hear you.
Now?
Yeah. Now, yes.
Yeah. You had mentioned that the Bhaishta is actually Abhaishta. So
Correct.
then Ma Abhaishta, does that, how do you interpret the combination of Ma Abhaishta?
Yeah, Ma Bhaishta. In general, Ma Bhaishta will become Ma Bhaishta. Sandhi. A plus A is equal to A, That's how it will become.
No, but correct.
But then there is a rule in Sanskrit. Bhaishta is Lung Lakara and Mangi Lung. And then there is another sutra which says when Ma follows a Lung Lakara which begins with the Akara, that Akara has to be dropped. And so Ma Bhaishta. Abhaishta has become Bhaishta. Lung is a particular.
Okay. No, but I'm trying to understand. Ma, Ma means, not or no is what I understand of Ma. So
Yes.
no, and then again, not fearful, right?
No. Ma is not. Bhaishta is fear, having fear.
Correct. Abhaishta, then I thought is not having fear. Maybe I was.
No. Abhaishta is a word. It's a word which has it doesn't mean opposite of. It means it's a past tense. It's a past tense.
Okay.
May fear not be encouraged. May fear not be whatever. That past tense. Fear not be there for you.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I understand the question. Yeah. Because in Sanskrit, this past tense is there. Past tense, everything starts with A only.
Okay.
As you know, apatat is there. Apatat means study. Balakaha apatat. The boy studied.
Okay.
Not boy did not study.
All right. Yeah, that's where I made a mistake. Yes.
So in verbs, A doesn't mean what it means in nouns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're welcome to attend our Sanskrit classes if you want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many
We'll have to
teachers
start
sitting.
soon. Yes, I have to start sometime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Prakash.
Thank you.
Yesterday I was listening to Puja Swamiji's discourse on the 4th chapter, Tadviti Pranibadena. He was telling, sometime in Hyderabad he was talking and someone came and said that like that splitting, Sandhi, Upadechandi te ajnanam. That was what he was saying. Then Swamiji has to
Correct.
stop him and then Swamiji has to stop him and say, this is not that way. This is like this. Then he has said, I have to take the mic and again I have to explain the whole chapter again, the whole sloga again.
Oh,
Someone who said he is a specialist on Gita and all that, and he came and the organizers offered him the mic and he started explaining in this way.
bit dangerous. People come and they're supposed to introduce Swamiji, not give a lecture before Swamiji talks.
This is after, in the last, before finishing, he gave for 5 minutes. The organizers asked that man who is a respectable person to talk. And this man started splitting the sandhi like this and starting.
So that what Ramuji is saying is Upadekshanti te jnanam. Te jnanam. They will teach you this knowledge. Upadekshanti, they will teach you. So the te jnanam is one form. Suppose the word is ajnanam. Te ajnanam. That te ajnanam, what happens? That te, that R drops off. There is a sandhi where the R will drop off. So te jnanam. Actually, it will become ta jnanam, it will become. But anyway, te jnanam also is one of the forms. And he says, therefore, it is ajnanam and all that. So we don't need that kind of interpretation. That's of no use to anybody. Yeah, Hariprasad Shastri.
Namaste, Mahodaya. Can you explain to me clearly the word Prakriti and Purusha?
Okay. Yeah. Purushaha. Again, context based. Purushaha is Brahman. Prakritihi is Maya. Maya. Because Brahman and Maya together form this creation. So, that's the way we see it. Prakriti is the word Krishna uses in one of the chapters. That's what it is. Pura ushati iti purusha. That which fills up the whole is purusha. Sarvam khalu idam brahma is purusha. That brahma is purusha.
Yeah.
Sarvam purayati iti purusha. Everything fills up. So that's how. Prakashena karoti iti prakritihi. Hey, but who created this? Everything you're saying, everything means what? Universe. Who created the universe? Prakritihi. Prakashena karoti. Very, very orderly. That wonderful order is called Prakriti. Maya.
Are these two terms are connected with Sankhya Yoga?
So, correct. So, Sankhya Yoga does not use the word Maya. They use the word Prakriti.
Yes.
They use the word
Purusha.
Pradhanam. Pradhanam also they use. Okay.
Mhm.
So, Sankhya and Yoga. Pradhanam. Pradhanam also they use. So for them, Purusha and Prakriti. For them, Purusha and Prakriti, so Jadatvam is there. Jadam. So then the Prakriti is divided into so many anus. Okay. Ashta anu or something like that is there. Then Saptadasha anu, 17 anus, something like that they have. So they're called pradhanas. That is called pradhanam. Yeah, so they have their own way of explaining it. But yeah, we use the word Prakriti synonymous with Maya.
Yes.
Just because we use the word Prakriti doesn't mean it means what they mean by the word Prakriti. Prakriti. Prakashena karoti iti Prakriti. It's a beautiful word. So we can use the word.
But this concept started, coined or formed by Kapila Mahamuni is no way related to Sankhya Yoga of Bhagavad Gita. Is that right?
Correct. So again, there also in the Bhagavad Gita, second chapter is called Sankhya Yoga. Okay. And it's a name given to every chapter has been given by a name, not by Sri Krishna, but by somebody else. It has been given. And there again, Sankhya means knowledge. Yesha te vihite Sankhye buddhir yoge trimam shunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi, he says in the second chapter. So Sankhya, so that knowledge. This has been told to you with respect to knowledge, he says in that chapter. Sankhya is knowledge. So Sankhya Yoga is equal to Jnana Yoga.
Right.
Jnana Yoga.
So that is not any way connected to the Sankhya of Kapila Mahamuni.
It is not connected to the Sankhya Darshana of Kapila Muni. Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
There, the Swamiji has used the word Sankhya, like Krishna has used the word Sankhya in the Bhagavad Gita to mean knowledge.
There are two Kapila Munis.
There are two Kapila Munis?
Yeah. One is this Vedanta Sankhya, the other is the Sankhya Darshana. Kapila Muni. That's what Paramarthananda Swamiji says.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a Nirishara Sankhya.
All right. Good.
Thank you.
Vaidyaji, go ahead.
Yes, Jaykumarji. So this Kapila discussion just reminded me of one thing what Ramuji said. So in Bhagavatam, there is an avataram of Mahavishnu, the Kapila avataram. Right? Mahavishnu is born to Kardama and Devahuti, and there's a Kapilopadesham. So that Kapilopadesham, being Mahavishnu's Upadesham, has to be a Vedantic Upadesham. In fact, Bhagavatam can be interpreted through Advaitic lens also, right? So that is the Kapila perhaps that Swami Paramarthananda ji was talking about.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. And I wanted to ask you about this. You said the definition of Purusha is Sarvam Purayati iti Purusha. Is that what it is?
Correct. Sarvam Purayati iti Purushaha. The one which fills up everything is Purushaha.
That fills up. Okay. The Purayati is to fill or hold, like that. Yeah.
And another meaning also is there for Purusha. So, Purau Ushati, the one who lives, one who exists in this Pura. Pura means the city, this 9-gated city called human body. That also is called Purushaha.
Okay. One who dwells. Okay. Yes.
One who dwells. Okay, that's a good word. Dwells.
In this 9-gated, city.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Jagman.
Thank you, Vaidyaji. Yeah, Ram Narayan.
Guruji, back to the earlier point you were making about bhakti. So when you look at when you read the Atma Bodha, in that they talk about bhakti, and being the concept of surrender. bhakti is basically surrendering to a higher ideal or love for a higher ideal. But there's also the other definition of bhakti, which is, you have karma yoga, you have jnana yoga, and then they talk about upasana yoga, and they say you need bhakti to basically, essentially light up karma yoga and light up jnana yoga, because you cannot really practice karma yoga and jnana yoga without having the bhakti. So bhakti becomes more like an engine. Is that a fair understanding, Guruji? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, see, in the Indian context, bhakti is the norm. Is the norm. Means it's taken for granted. And that somebody does not have any bhakti is a new idea. It's a new idea means it is
Foreign.
a bit like say,
It's a
it is
foreign idea.
yeah, it's a bit like the child being born in the US and not knowing computers by the time the child is 10 years old, and the child says, "What is a computer?" Means what? The child grows up, and by the time he or she can hold the thing, already WhatsApp is there or something is there on the hand, and so that's how it is. So here for us, bhakti is the norm, and that Advaita Vedanta is very rational. But the rationality should not exclude bhakti. It's easy to edge out bhakti and say, I'm a very national guy. Nothing wrong. You be rational. We want you to continue to be rational. But without bhakti, this won't click. Because the infinite can't be imagined anyway. Infinite can't be objectified. Only that Bhagavan Parameshwara only can make us alive to this infinite. There's no other equal to the infinite.
Right, yeah.
So bhakti is essential. Otherwise, then it becomes some knowledge, some kind of knowledge, which some people tell me once. Somebody came and told me that. No, I understand what is going on, but it's all not sticking to me. Like that, she told me once, and I said, I think I'm faking it. She used the word faking. Correct. I said, don't worry. That's what happens, and continue. How are your religious practices? I went back to religion. What is you are a devoted person, but how are you encouraging? How are you nourishing that devotion? That's what I told her. Then she got it. So, and bhakti is a glue that binds all these
Glue,
things.
right. Thank you, Guruji.
Jayanti Ramurthy. Yeah, go ahead and unmute, Amma. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Swamiji, I just wanted to little. You can hear me? No, you can't hear me.
Yeah, now it is better.
I just wanted to say a little more about this bhakti. What I understand, bhakti is devotion, and devotion doesn't come without faith. So you have to have faith. Then that devotion and that it is rationality and understanding. It's not like writing a paper or a thesis, understanding philosophy. Rationality will only lead you to that. An application of that, along with devotion and faith, will help us in our daily life. To understand what we are doing, bhakti can manifest as doing puja, or saying shlokas or chantings, or it can just be doing by namaskarams, or just mentally, prostrating to the guru or the god, whatever appeals to you and whatever you feel is a part of your this. For each one, it can be different, but they go hand in hand, and only then when it goes hand in hand, we can go reach the top. And without devotion and faith, that bhakti or devotion doesn't come.
Yeah, so these are all English words, devotion, faith, and things like that. Sharanagati Bhava is important. Sharanagati means what? This is such a big thing that I have to surrender to this whole. Even knowledge also. Any piece of knowledge you can't get unless you surrender to it.
That humility is required.
Unless you say, I have to know, because I can't create the knowledge. Knowledge is already out there. And without Sharanagati, I can't know anything. And so here, Sharanagati is so true because I'm holding on to finite. Only if I let go of the finite, of the idea of finite, I am going to grasp the infinite. And that can only come from Sharanagati Bhava. Means, yeah, I surrender to this whole. That's why that dharma is so important for us. Sharanagati Bhava is there right from the childhood. We don't have to teach about Sharanagati and all. And so I let go to the whole. Let go. That the idea of Sharanagati is there so that when it comes to teaching, then I have to let go these ideas about the permanence of finiteness is there in me. That's why I'm holding on to so many things, thinking they are going to save me. So something has to happen. And that is made possible by bhakti in combination with jnana. Both do wonders.
Sharanagati removes your I-ness and minus.
Yeah, very good.
Sharanagati removes your I-ness and minus.
Very good, ma. Very good. Ahankara, aham and mamakara bhava. Yeah. Thank you.
And we have to tell ourselves again and again, otherwise it keeps popping up. Reiteration and auto-suggestion is required if throughout the day we have to remain humble and say that we are finite and we have to reach the infinite. So it is in the samsaram sagaram, that is why we have to recharge our batteries, get drained out very quickly.
Thank you, ma. Thank you, Jayanti. Thank you. Thank you. Swapna ji.
I was just mulling over what you said, right? A child has total Shraddha, and how that Shraddha gets tarnished as we grow. So, what is it? Uh, what form of maturity is this? Are we getting more mature when our Shraddha is tarnished and then we unpolish it like in a class like this? And some of us who don't have this exposure continue with our lives, Um, are you understanding my question? I'm trying to, we start so-called clean slate. There is no clean slate, like Swamiji says that there are some samskaras that we come with. But yeah, to a large extent, we can say, child is just accepts the parent, the adults in their life. And I think the experiences that when the ego starts, this child starts to know starts identifying with a name. I think that's when the rational mind takes over, the reasoning takes over, and the experiences are, you make conclusions. And that's where I think the Shraddha goes away. But we are lucky to be in a culture where Ishvara is always part of us. So there is not too much of, I think, unlearning to be done, I think, because we always have that Shraddha towards the Almighty. So I'm not asking a question, but I was just trying to get your insight on this.
Yeah, so a child begins the journey with a lot of Shraddha. Shraddha on every person, really speaking. The child doesn't know much. So, until we start telling the child, don't go out, don't trust strangers, don't open the door for strangers. And then the child wonders, what are you talking about? Oh no, it's a dangerous world out there. Oh, dangerous world. Until now, I was happy. Now I'm told the world is dangerous. So what happens? That Shraddha constantly gets chipped away. And then now I become a ninja. I have to just, this is my posture. Previously, I was relaxed and happy and smiling. Now I'm like this. So we have to, unlearn. We have to re-chip, put the chips back somehow. And yeah, we have to be cautious where we have to be cautious. We're not saying stop, drop your guard totally. Be objective. Be objective. Be balanced. And that balance is what we want. And especially with respect to Bhagavan, then total Shraddha must be there. And the Vedanta that we are studying will just imbue us with more and more Shraddha. No doubt. So yeah, we have to be less and less suspecting of people. Those of us who are constantly suspecting people have to slowly let go of that. Let go. The past is weighing heavily on us. I had all these past experiences. I burnt my bridges, and whatever they say, all these things happen. Once bitten, twice shy. No. Once bitten, once bitten. That's it. Let it be once bitten. Don't say twice shy. Once shy, okay, I can accept that. Once bitten, why twice shy? Yeah, learn from that experience. Learn from the experience and don't condemn yourself. Undared atmanatmanam natmanam avasati. That is why Krishna is saying. No, don't worry. You're not singled out for all these bad experiences. It requires some.
Yeah, Puja.
That's why Shravanam is. We can see therapy. See, some therapy is good. The therapy is good because that same idea the therapist will tell. No, it's okay. I think you are caught up by all those past experiences. People are not that crazy, or I don't think they are wanting to hurt you. Like that, if he says, therapist, she says, then maybe it'll create some more Shraddha in me. It'll relax me a little more. But yeah, we have to do that.
Puja Swamiji says, right, life is a series of experiences, right? It took me many years to understand this, to really assimilate this.
Not a series of failures. A failure or
Right.
success is you're
Success,
labeling it.
Yeah, right. That's when one can look at the outcomes objectively, right? Otherwise, you're always subjective meaning to everything.
Yeah, so we are conditioned to think in certain ways.
Yeah.
What is success? We are conditioned. What is failure? We are conditioned.
Yeah.
So it requires us to be in company. Good company is so critical. So that because the vibes are all there out there. They're judging you. At work, they judge you. And at home also, indirectly, you get judged. To have a good home is so important. Where people accept you as you are. At least at home, we can relax. So all these chips have to fall in their places. So sometimes it can be difficult. Pray. That's why you keep on praying. Prayer is our only, Bhagavan is our only help, really speaking. Human beings also are limited after a point.
Bhagwan is the
That's why
only anchor. Bhagwan is the
Dhanyavada.
only anchor.
only anchor. Very good. Great. Bhagavan is only anchor. Good one. Prasad Gurjala. Thank you.
Namaste, Jaykumarji. So Advaita Jnana, all this discussion I wanted to put this way to understand better. So to see that one reality in all the diversity of the universe, right? If I project that, because that is what we are studying. Now, if I take the experiential world, externally, I have many things. For example, today I'm boggled with so many things. Like I wanted be good to others, attend Vedanta classes, and so I'm busy with that. Maybe perform well at my office work, solve others' problems, and then do some service that helps others. Of course, do yoga, meditation. So I'm listing what I always think and try to do. So many things are boiled in the external world, in the experiential world. Internally, that actually transforms into one thing, that is desiring one thing for my purity. means like, see, it is overwhelming to think of so many things performing outside. So, but internally, that one thing, if I understand correctly, all this will not be a problem. So that one thing is like what my desire is like. I mean, I using desire loosely, but that one thing for purity. Now, what are those things? Probably doing more service, having empathy, and saranagati, which we are talking about, and service leads to humbleness. All those English words which you said would all come into that. So that one thing internally is like my desire for that purity. So then it covers my saranagati. So unless I have that saranagati and service oriented, so that one thing cannot be achieved, and that would automatically fulfill all my list which I have in my mind, taken care of in the experiential world. Your comments.
Yeah, that's correct. That's reasonable. That's correct. Because Sharanagati is not an act. We are busy from morning to evening. I ask you which particular act that you did represents Sharanagati if you say. Such a thing doesn't exist. Sharanagati is the state of mind which is able to just surrender. Surrender means what? Surrender means what? What about the things you are supposed to do? Surrender, he will take care of it means what? No, Saranagati means everything is in order. I have to do what I am supposed to do. I will not do what I should not do. And I'll continue to do. That is also part of Sharanagati. Only Sharanagati makes me do that. And things that happen which are not in my control will happen. And I am not fazed by it. I will accept it. I will do whatever needs to be done. If things happen that are not to my liking, Sharanagati Bhava only can protect us. Really, I'm telling you, this, we have a lot of problems. And at some point, only Sharanagati can help. We offer solutions to each of us. Do this, do that. It's all correct. Those things will help. But without Sharanagati Bhava, this is an unending cycle. Without me accepting who I am, accepting what is happening to me, how I can survive, tell me. It's not possible. That's why we keep saying, let go, spend some time every day, be with yourself, doing puja, lighting the lamp. These are all great things. Nothing can be taken for granted. Spend some time. There are tricks, really speaking. By lighting the lamp, I am at least there standing in the puja room for some time. Nobody can ask me, why are you doing this? They can't ask me. In India, nobody can ask, they're wasting your time lighting. Nobody will say that. Even the atheists will not say that. And so that's my time. My time. Just take that time out. And so it's very critical, Prasad. You already mentioned it. Because see, despite all the advances, we have all therapists around us. We have all comforts around us. And we have more and more demand for therapists is there. More and more people are going to the hospitals when they are young. 30-year-old boys and all should not have psychological problems. How? Why are they having problems? That means we are just, I don't know if our priorities are right. Set the priorities. So it's not easy. It's not easy. Today it's not easy to set our priorities right at a young age. And when we advance to 50, 60, then we wake up. Okay, waking up somehow sooner or later we have to wake up. But clarity has to be there. And so it'll happen. It'll happen. And it doesn't matter. However advanced the world is, it will still be there. Because everybody wants. We are clear about what we want. We want happiness finally. And if somebody says, whatever you possess will only give you comforts, it won't give you happiness. If somebody says, yeah, we can accept that. Yeah, correct. You're right. I want to be comfortable. Nobody wants to be. living uncomfortably. Comforts, basic comforts are required. But no amount of comfort can get me out of this. So, Sara Sindhu, that is clear for us now. Thanks, Prasad.
Thank you.
Also, I thought,
Mindful.
Guruji, like the culture imbibes this kind of bhakti from a very young age, which makes us realize that somewhere there is a limitation and we should not look for that completeness in human beings, right? So it makes life easier when people make mistakes in families, that somewhere there is something to, after all, human beings make mistakes because we are all limited. We have that idea somewhere because bhakti gives us a chance to imbibe. There's something which is flawless.
Right. Bhakti is not, bhakti is there, and beyond that, Viveka and all is required, of course. But that bhakti should be there. Bhakti should be there. Because some people will say, my mother-in-law is the most devoted lady. But why is she behaving like this? Like that, if somebody asks, what will you tell? You have to answer all these questions now. Now you are in a position to answer these questions. And so you should say, you should be able to respond to that question. She is the most devoted. In fact, I have more bhakti because of her only. But she is so cruel, if you say. How can a person with so much bhakti be cruel? Bhagavan's Leela, anything is possible. So it is there for a purpose. And it's there for a purpose. Thank God, if she did not have this bhakti, she would have been ruined by now. You would not be alive to even come and tell me this. Therefore, you must thank your stars that she is so devoted. During that time that she is chanting all the Lalita Sahasranam Parayanam, you are safe. You don't have to put up with her. Be thankful. That's all we can say. What else can we do? So,
And there is law of karma also, which is imbibed as we grow. You have to put up with your karma.
really, ma, that's a very important thing. This karma is such a great shock absorber.
Yeah.
It is the best shock absorber not invented by a human being. Greatest shock absorber. Greatest means greatest. Telling you. There's nothing better than that. Anyway, good. Nice discussion.
In the
One
Bhikshu
other thing
Gita, there is a
observed.
sloga. In the Bhikshu Gita, there is a sloga by the Avanti Brahmana, which Krishna is quoting. Very superb sloga. I will share with the group, which Swamiji explains in the Uddhava Gita. Very wonderful sloga. He says, what you call that no one is responsible, my own karma is responsible, something like that. I don't remember exactly the sloga. Very beautiful sloga.
Very good. Please said it, Ramji. Please said it. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.